Well, said the Marquise, it seems probable that by the aid of the Holy Alliance we shall be rid of Napoleon, and we must trust the vigilance of Monsieur de Villefort to purify Marseille of his partisans. The king is either a king or no king. If he be acknowledged as a sovereign of France, he should be upheld in peace and tranquility, and this can be best effected by employing the most inflexible agents to put down every attempt at conspiracy. 'Tis the best and surest means of preventing mischief. Unfortunately, madame, answered Villefort, the strong arm of the law is not called upon to interfere until the evil has taken place. Then all he has got to do is endeavor to repair it. Nay, madam, the law is frequently powerless to effect this. All it can do is avenge the wrong done. Oh, Monsieur de Villefort, cried a beautiful young creature, daughter to the Comte de Salva, and the cherished friend of Mademoiselle de Saint-Méran, do try and get up some famous trial while we are at Marseilles. I never was in a law court. I am told it is so very amusing. Amusing, certainly, replied the young man, inasmuch as, instead of shedding tears, as at the fictional tale of woe produced at a theatre, you behold in a law court a case of real and genuine distress, a drama of life. The prisoner, whom you there see pale, agitated, and alarmed, instead of, as is the case when a curtain falls on a tragedy, going home to sup peacefully with his family, and then retiring to rest that he may recommence his mimic woes on the morrow, is removed from your sight, merely to be reconducted to his prison and delivered up to the executioner. I leave you to judge how far your nerves are calculated to bear you through such a scene. Of this, however, be assured, that should any favorable opportunity present itself, I will not fail to offer you the choice of being present. All right, so Villefort just kowtowing to the aristocratic world here. I forgot for a second that this is their wedding. It's been a week or two actually since I started this chapter, so that little pause between two episodes for me made me forget. Yeah, we're at Villefort's wedding. Whoops. And you know what? I'm gonna just pause. We're learning about Villefort. We're gonna learn more about Villefort, I'm sure. I put a weird piece of a puzzle together for me in my head. Go with me on this journey, if you will. Y'all know the director, the writer, the icon, John Hughes. Yes? Breakfast Club, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know him, you love him, maybe you love him. Everybody's problematic in this world. Later in his career, when I think he was like, I don't know, I'd love to look into this, but I think he was a little bit protective over his legacy. And there was a point in his career when his name and the cachet attached to it started to drop off a bit. And it was probably around the Beethoven years. The Dog movie, yes, he wrote that. Where I think he made a conscious decision to go, this is my industry, this is my job, this is my vocation. I need to continue doing it and make money at it so that I can live. But let's retire the John Hughes name and let that live on, in everybody's hearts and minds for the rest of time. I'm going to assume a pen name from henceforth. And I always had this trivia in the back of my head, and I didn't put it together until I started reading this book, that his pen name, under which he's written movies such as Made in Manhattan, starring Jennifer Lopez and Ralph Fiennes, he went under the pen name Edmond Dante. And I find that funny because he clearly took it from the Count of Monte Cristo. Actually, I'm just looking it up now. I think the drop-off happened around Curly Sue, which the critics did not like that movie, though I have memories of seeing it in the theater with my parents. I think around that time he was like, because there's, all right, I'm on IMDb now just because I wanted to give y'all like authentic, accurate information here, and this made a little more sense to me. So you got the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in the late 80s, 1987. He writes She's Having a Baby, The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Home Alone. Like, what a string of like big blockbuster comedy. I'm not going to call them hits. I don't know that they were all hits in their time, but at least have come to have a cult audience with them. but just like after having a career under, the teen banner for so long, making yourself an icon under that, and then having a second extremely successful career writing those movies in such a short period of time, from 87 to 1990, basically. Then he goes into career opportunities with Jennifer Connelly, the Target movie. What if you were stuck in Target overnight? Dutch with Ed O'Neill and a young Ethan Embry, and then Curly Sue. 3 movies in the same year that just kind of did not go well with the critics or audiences, for that matter. And I think he probably was like, okay, that's the time I'm going to pivot. And it was actually Beethoven, the dog movie with Charles Grodin, as his first credit as Edmond Dante. And he's written a number of other ones that also fall under that pen name. The weirdest one to me. So John Hughes passed away in 2009. One of his last living writing credits, although it's just the story, not the actual screenplay, was for the Owen Wilson movie Drill Bit Taylor. Edmond Dante. Yes, that John Hughes. So, you know what? Hell, if I ever pick up a pen name, it might be Cadrus or Danglars. Do we know their first names? I don't think so. Not yet. But maybe at some point in this, we will. Edmond Dante, John Hughes, R.I.P. We'll see you tomorrow on The Count of Monte Cristo. Goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.